Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of our Revit tutorial. My name is ArcGPT, and if this is your first time coming across my channel or my videos, click on the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell for updates on subsequent video uploads. Today we are going to be looking at module 2 of our course outline, which is Revit interface and navigation. Revit interface and navigation. So first of all, we are going to look at the user interface breakdown. So the user interface is simply what you are seeing on screen. So this is your user interface, and the user interface consists of the ribbon, the project browser, the property palette, the view control, the navigation tools, the selection tools and filters. Then there are keyboard shortcuts and best practices to apply while using Revit architecture. Alright, so when you launch your Revit software, it automatically opens to the welcome screen, which I earlier explained in our last video. If you feel lost right now, do well to check out the previous video on our module 1, which was introduction to BIM and Revit. So the welcome screen pops up, and when you click on the new, it leads you to this page right here, which is your DPC. Now what you see at the very top is the major command. These are shortcuts command to this is your home, this is open, this is save, this is synchronize, this is undo, this is redo, this is print, this is PDF, this is activate control dimension, this is major, this is align dimension, this is tag, this is text, this is default 3D, this is section, this is thin lines to thick lines, this is close inactive views, and this is switch windows. These are just major commands that you can use, and they come in handy instead of going to look for them in the ribbon. Now the ribbon is an extension of all the commands that are provided in Revit architecture. So in the ribbon we have tabs and panels. So each tab consists of different panels which are sections under the same topic, which is the name of the tab. So under the architecture tab we have the select panel, which consists of options for selection. We also have the build panel, which consists of walls, doors, windows, components, columns, roofs. We have the circulation panel, which consists of ceiling, floors, systems, curtain plates, mullions, railings, ramps, stairs, text. Okay, text is under the model tab, which there are 3 in number: text, model line, and model group. So under the room and area we have room separator, room tag, area boundary, area tag. And notice how some of the commands are grayed out. That is because we don't have anything to apply the command on yet. If we do have elements that applies to the command, or that the command can be used on, it's going to be grayed. It's going to be visible, it's going to pop out. So under the opening panel we have a lot of all this by face, opening by face, by shaft, by dormer, by vertical wall, Under the datum panel, we have grades and levels. Under the work plane panel, we have set plane, viewer, reference plane, and show planes. So that all these panels are under the architecture tab, which are all in the ribbon. I know some of you ask, what about the file? The file is basically what it is let's say is the first point of Revit architecture. So in this first point, we have a lot of primary major commands. Most of them are already in the very top array of icons. So as you can see, this is new. Okay, this is home. There is open here, there is open here, there is save here, there is save here. So that's it. Now the home is the same as the welcome screen. Now this is what you should know. When you launch your Revit at first, this is what displays. It's going to show you the area for previous. It's going to show you a highlight of previous design works worked on. If it's your first time launching Revit, it's going to show you the default projects that were pre-installed alongside the Revit. So let's go back to our working environment. Now that's all for the architecture panel, architecture tab and panels. So if you move into the structure, you notice that the whole commands changes. These are for structural engineers. Note Revit architecture is just as the industrial standard for architecture and construction drawings. So it can be used for architectural drawings, structural, mechanical, electrical, and the rest. So many things. Even building simulation. In previous versions, you can use Revit to do building simulations, but in subsequent version, I think they split it. It's now on a different software on its own. Alright, so if you go to steel, you notice that we have a different set of commands. That's how we move from tab to tab, and there are different types of commands which we are going to be looking at as we progress. Annotation tab, analyze, massing and site, collaborate, view, manage, add-ins, modify. Alright, let's go back to architecture. Now, with that being said, let's move over to the next area of our screen. The next aspect we are going to be talking about is is the project browser. The project browser. So the project browser can be located at your far right corner of your screen. So you check, this is where your project browser is. Some people choose to put the project browser just below the property panel. So some people put their project browser here. Some people put their project browser here, but I prefer that my project browser is in a unique position than my property panel. So the property panel in some Revit is here, while the project browser is below. It's kind of confusing because I am not going to see so many commands in my property panel except I scroll, which I don't like so much stress. That is why I prefer my project browser to be at this point. So how you could just drag your project browser to where it should be. Hello. Hold on. So this is how you put your project browser at the corner. It's not supposed to be here, it's supposed to be so that's where it's supposed to be. How you do that, you just click at the top and drag it out. That's how it works. So in your project browser, you can navigate and switch between views. As you can see, it's a views, and if it's minus, that means it's open. If you click on it, it will change to plus, and it will close all the views inside that category. So under the floor plans category, we have natural ground level, DPC, ceiling level, roof level. That is because we are using a template, a customized template with this project, because by default you are not going to see all of this. Let me open a fresh project and show you new multidiscipline metric, because that's the system we're going to be working with. So now this is a fresh new, hold on, it's loading. I'll open a fresh new project. So you see the difference between the customized template and a fresh new project. Now this is a fresh new architectural project. What you see here is floor level 1. This is how it works. This is how it opens, and there is nothing on the screen. But then in the template we have, it's all customized, architecture 0102 and thereabouts. So it's a little bit confusing here. You have to take your time to check one after the other and know what happens there, or what is where, what is where necessary. So that is what happens when you open. This is what you see when you open a new file with architecture metric template. So let's check when you open with the none. This is none. You don't open with any template, open with none. Alright, so let's check. So when you now ask which unit you want to use, you say metric, not imperial, not you. So now if you open a project with a template, without a template, sorry, this is what you see. Now the screen is empty, there are no views, there are no grids, there's nothing entirely. So you go to your view and you see that you have structural plans, floor plans, ceiling plans. So if you click on floor plans, see level 1. So that means there is nothing on your screen. There is nothing on your screen. Only the fact that we are working with metric dimensioning units or measuring units. So that is it. Now back to our templates. If you need this template, you have to click anywhere around this video and you will get the template and use it in your files, in your subsequent projects. So all right, I think are we done? Okay, no, we have the views, we have the legends, and we have schedules, then we have sheets. So we have sheets. After sheets we have families, and after families, let's check what we have next. I'm closing all the tabs so we can see what's there. After sheets we have families and we have groups. So mind you, whenever your tab reduces, notice that, just know that you close one of the tabs in the project browser. so don't panic, just click on the plus and they will all be displayed or revealed. So that's it. All right, so we are done with project manager. Let's go over to the property palette. The property palette is what you see here. It's called properties. Now this palette has to do with everything that concerns what you are working with in the workspace. This white area is called workspace, and you can toggle between dark and black mode and white and dark mode theme when you go to your view and click on canvas theme. It's in versions from 2024 upwards. So this is, or you can also use CA to toggle between it. So that's a shortcut, CA for canvas, to toggle between the two types of canvas, dark mode and white mode. So we were talking about the property palette. So the property palette is everything that is inside your workspace currently worked on. So you can see, for the meantime, we are working on an empty workspace. So we have is the view control bar. The view control bar is what we find at the bottom here. At the bottom we find the view control bar. The view control bar is what we use to control the view of what is being displayed in the workspace. So we have the scale, we have detail level, we have visual style, we have sound path, we have shadow off or on, we have crop view, we have show crop region, we have temporary hide or isolate, we have reveal hidden elements, we have temporary view properties, we have hide analytical model, and we have review constraints. So that's what we have in the view control bar. Now as I said earlier, we are going to be looking at what they do in a practical way. That is to say, while we are taking a project, we are going to be knowing what they do one after the other. Alright, the next one we are going to be looking at is the navigation tools. The navigation tools are those tools that we use to move around our project. So the navigation tools are what you see here. They are little, but you can also extend them and make them much. So you can do, there is the 2D view and then there is the zoom out and zoom in. Note that these navigation tools are dependent on what we have on screen. So we are working with a plan, with a plain surface 2D, but then it's when you get into the 3D view, it's going to change to something that supports 3D. So if you click on the 3D, it's gonna have, as you can see, the wheel is more complex. But when you go to the 2D, and okay, not just that the wheel is complex, we have a cube, navigation cube here. We have north, south, east and west. So we all have that. If you go back to the DPC, which is what we call ground floor, and if you go back to the ground floor, you will notice that we don't have that cube, that navigation cube, and then our wheel is simpler. Yeah, that's because you cannot switch to 3D from here except to go to the view. Alright, now that's it. The next one we're going to be looking at is selection tools and filters. We're not done with that. Sorry, there is a zoom tool here that has very many options there, and obviously we are going to be looking at them when we get practical and so on and so forth. All right, so the next one we're talking about is selection tools and filters. So selection tools, this is where you see a selection tool. So selection tool and filters. Okay, so some things are going to be highlighted once objects are selected. Say for example, if I select those, you see that filters has popped up. So modify, stroke, multi-select, and so on and so forth. That's it. Selection tools, they're not much to talk about, but then just look at it there. There's no need to check anything that is unchecked, and there's no need to uncheck anything that is checked. So you just leave it at that. And the last one, keyboard shortcuts and best practices. For the sake of this tutorials, I'm going to be writing a few shortcuts for your ease of Revit use. So a few of them are, there is Control N, which is for new project. There is Control S, which is for save. There is alternate FA, which is for save as. It's an alternate FAP, which is for save as project, or if you want to use template, you use FAT. If you want to save as library, say SAL. So alternate alternate FAP, it's gonna bring out saving as project. Then if you want to move, is MV. If you want to copy, CO. If you want to rotate, RO. If you want to what did I not say? If you want to print, Control P. If you want to what else? Well, those are just a few for the meantime. As we progress, I'm going to be using more of the shortcuts, and I'll tell you what it comprises of and what it does. You'll practically see what it does. Okay, so all right, I think that's the end of our model 2. If you found this educative, do well to hit that like button, drop a comment, and tell me how you feel about the tutorials today. If there's anything you don't understand, organize it and drop in the comment section, and while I'm going through your comments, I am going to look for a suitable way to address it and give you proper solution. All right, also do not forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because we are going to be continuing from here in our next class, and you don't want to miss out. You want to be the first person to get notified when the video is dropped. All right, share this to friends, family, colleagues, mentors, mentees, and anyone you hold dear in mind and you know that they need assistance in improving their Revit skills. And also do well to check out other softwares, because there is an ongoing series for ArchiCAD tutorials. So we've gone very far, and I'll encourage you to check it out. Maybe it could be your preferred software over Revit when it has to do with modeling and architecture. So architecture, modeling, 2D works, and the rest of what you know. All right, so that's it. Have a wonderful and productive day. See you on the next one. Bye.